Quick story. Go down to the Dollarama. Boom. Two Mexicans at the door. They see me with this hat. Oh, sombrero. ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien. Viene. No hable español. Un poquito. I don't speak Spanish, just a little. Boom. Go down to the IGA Metro IGA store for groceries. I bump into, I don't know, two other Mexicans, but my friend says it was the same one. I don't remember I look at somebody and say, hey, what's your name? John? Is it John? Um, to continue on with just a little part of the story, and I was so excited, but they don't look the same as they used to. The bees. And bees in French, they call them abeille, abeille, abeille. And a big bumblebee, they call it ton. Ton could be for sound, ton can be for time heaven, okay, and pi. Time, heaven, and pi, the bees buzzing around. What is that static fine structure? If that's what it really understands what it means. And they weren't here, but there were tons, and I'm all excited because I got plants and I need them to flower and I need the bees. So we were going to talk about Jacque. Number 25, short count. Look at that short count. 1, 1, 3, 2. Isn't that amazing? 1 and 1, we put them together. See, we can't actually separate 1, 2, 3 because it's all the same. It's what's inside of 2 that creates and its own element. And now you're going to start talking about, I mean, I'm not all over the place, but I'm all over the place because of what we do in the art. Bricks and blocks, squares and cubes, how things come together. Here's my cube at each corner, so if it fits a cube at each corner, I'll put a cube. The cube goes in between here, and here you have the structure for rodent's coil. Although you don't see it, I see it. Where can it not happen? These are bricks over blocks. Here is where the I comes in, the H and the I. These bricks and blocks, and we automatically must do this to create this design. H's and I's. 72 inches, lo and behold, 6 feet. 60 inches a time, 5 feet. Big turkey chicken goes up on top of the church. It's 5 a.m. That's right, we're going bowling. 300 minutes into the day, and I've got 12 strikes. 12 fathers for 12 tribes. Why? Because in bowling and in French, an abat is a strike, which is actually spelled abat, with the T at the end, like I knocked them all down. I crossed off all the 5s because I got halfway in between all of them, knocking them all out. Numeric expression, where the G and E in General Electric, you have to go look online. I can't do all the art. But if you look at it, the G is made with an E and a Y. There's a loop. The Cancer loop goes into the Y and creates the G, right? And then G and E, and then the E looks the same, and those are the same numbers for electric company and the moon. I do the connection of games of everything that everybody else has already created to perfection. They keep making it better so I can do my job to say, hey, I took it from the professionals. Did I get it right? So let's move on. And this is long. This is long. I got to make it into a big story. Or should I interrupt it, just make it all numbers? Let's keep it all boring. Or am I just boring now? I have to see your side. I have to see my side. I have to look at the light. I need somebody to fix my light. Oh my God, this light is terrible. I'm like, half my face is missing. I don't know. I don't know that. Okay, so let's go on with this one thing. Let me move over my camera, and I'm all excited here because if I don't exhaust what's inside of me, and if I keep interrupting to explain who I am, because there's a lot of new viewers. I now have 462 in my 7th year. That's an average of 60 a year. I was thinking getting an average of 20,000 a year, but 60 is the beginning because this man in the back, right? You see him, his back and his body over here, and he's looking down, and his head is looking the other way at the boot. And then this little knucklehead is down here. I mean, you have to create within, and when the light changes, that picture will change. Okay, I can bring it to the other side of my room. Anyways, let's get back to Jacque. Short count is 7. John, 20 for the short count, 38 for the long count. 0, 1, 0, 1. What does that mean? The reduction of a whole section. This becomes 6. This becomes 5. 5 and 6. Numeric value and total of 11. 3 and 7 equal to 11. 311 creates the red sun inside the game of pool, which becomes 3 and 2 in beta creation. 7 and 11 create the gateway. 7 and 2, the big red sun. Let's yin and yang this and take this out of Korea. But wait, Japan is holding all of the red sun, red bull. No BS. Beta spirit. Bullshit. Inside Taurus, Capricorn, and Bélier. Mixing up the astrological signs and understanding, right? Because the goat also gives milk, but it's got 2 boobs. That's right, 2 nipples to the goat, 4 to the cow. Cow jumps over the moon, 4 jumps over, automatically, boom, connected. Let's go back to Jacque and John and Jacque. Then we have Jacque. Do you remember from Walt Disney they had Jacque, right? Jacque, okay, is part of a beaver tail, a castor. I have to write this, and castor is an oil. And I'm going to write this down, beaver. And beaver is over, right? Beta creation, over and under. Because the E and A, the 1 and the 5th letter. The 15th letter is O, and it says over. B over. B over A. Castor, creation. Spirit is already inside C. S can also be looked like as a G. Do you see this G over here? Well, sometimes I make it with the open mouth, and it looks like an S. These are all the same names in basic. It's all about Jacque. This is also John, because Jean, French, or E and A comes together as an O, and it's John. So instead of a 12 count, okay, or a 14, 15, and 5, 20, 21, sorry, that is a 10, 15, 16, this is a 30. This is a 30 count. So Jean is creation of 3. Abba. 1 and 2 go together. It's any craps. Any craps is the numbers 53, 53 planets, or 53 taken over planets. Always Jupiter, but Earth and Venus comes together as the 2nd and the 3rd planet. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 creates 5 and 6 on the next level. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4. Mercury and Mars creates Mars and Jupiter. The IT system of the sun bringing on the birth. Inside Castor, it says 39. It says the sky, Ciel. And I'm going to show you a few words on Ciel, which means the sky. And it's all connected to Saturn, and it's connected to Hoover Dam. Hoover Dam, Highway 93 passes over. Las Vegas gets the new hockey team, my friends. We're running into the last of numbers, into the high numbers, right? Into the high 5, into the high 5 and the low 5. That's 10. 11. Together as a group. We're individuals and alone. You know, I can pick you up, and I can knock you down. But I'm not going to knock you down. This ain't going to knock you down. This will be a plug and it'll start you up. So let's get back into Jacque and John. Too much fooling around. This one becomes 42 and 28, which says the cat and John comes through the moon. The 9 lives of the cat. 42 says 5 to 9. 5 to 9 has 6, 7, and 8 inside. 6, 7, and 8 are the same in the cards. And I see the people going, what's he talking about? Oh my God. And they're saying, what's he talking about? What's he talking about? The 30 plus 12, okay, equals to 42. All zeros equal 6, make it 36, and 12 equals to 48. They say the crisscross between left and right is 33 in creation. 33, all zeros equal 3 now. It's an odd number. Odd number gets 3, even number gets 6. I'm just trying to learn this. Right now I'm just using all 6s on all odds and evens. If it was 3, it equals 45 to Fox, and it passes through the SUN. If it is 6, it becomes 3648, and it becomes the SON through Pluto, the half-life, 4 and 8. 8 times 4, 32. The freezing point, 8 plus 4 equals 12. Father, total is 44, area space. 32 minus 12 is 20, the world we are in. 20 becomes 26, becomes 20, and then they keep rotating, because 2 times 6, 2 plus 6 equals 8 and 12. 8 and 3, and that is the church. Under the steeplechase and the horses and the merry-go-rounds, because when you're under a church and it's all around it, if you look at the top of the church, the only thing going around are the horses, up and down and around, and also in the sleigh ride. That's also in the merry-go-rounds in some places. Now this is 42 equals to the 9 and 5. 6, 7, and 8 equals to 21. The dice cube, adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals to 21, and the 6, 7, and 8 card in the cards are all the same besides alpha beta, one above and one below. As it is said in the Bible, I use Bible terms, I use Darwin, I use Neanderthal, I use Tyrannosaurus Rex or T-Rex, and now I have to put dash in the word DA or DNA, SH, spirit, heaven. I just link it all in basis in the same thing. And then we keep throwing into the pot another thought, another numeric value, a higher numeric value, the same word with a different numeric value, coming from a different world of Chaldean where you only have 8, because 8 goes all the way around 1. It goes all the way around the center position 5. It goes all the way around where the last one could be the 9th one in the center of the 8. 8 times 1.1, 8 times whatever equals to 9. 8 times 1 and an eighth equals to 9. 1/8 is the speed of the horses, and I can go on and on and on. And I'm leaving Europe, most of Europe, out of this, because the roulette table says they're on the other side of the sphere and not on this side of the sphere. You ever see a stone and you throw it in the water and it skips? Well, that's basically what Earth is. It skips. And we're on multi-levels, okay? Multi-levels. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to ruin anything, you know? I don't want to ruin anything. But we're on some kind of multi-level. You know? And on this multi-level, they just, look, no pen, a pen, no pen, a pen. So like, if this was round only has one side or the other. Because, anyways, let's get back to Jacque and John, and we're going to write this down right now. I get all excited. 30 plus 12, 30 minus 12 equals to 42 equals to 18. Sorry, I said it was the moon. It's not the moon. It's the spirit of the heaven. I don't know what that is. 10 is the Jacque, which means it must be the plug-in. Okay. At the same time, I have to add 6 to each one. At the same time, I'm adding 6. And I really have to show you. I shouldn't be showing you my face. I have to show you what I'm doing here. I add 6, so it becomes 48, and the other one becomes and 24. The first time it was 42 and 18. This is the son of the day. This is the son of the cat. This is the freezing point area space, and pH and I now settle in. Psi high, sci-fi, psi high. This will become now 89. Where do I get this from? 4 times 4 equals to 16. 4 plus 4 equals to 8. 8 comes with the 9th letter, same design. 8 and 9 come together. 1 inside 8. You take 1 and all if you decide. Now, where did I get this? 8 times 4 is, I'm trying to think, yes, 4 and 4 equals to 8, right? So if I do 4 and 4 equals to 8, 4 times 4 equals to 16. 16th letter, 8th letter, 9th letter. This number over here equals 9 to 5. 5 and 9 have a letter value of 42. I added 6, okay, to each one. This is what I get. The high is 42 and the low is 18. Now, if I work this into Celsius and Fahrenheit, if I use this against temperatures in the world where there's a location for this, I don't know what the answer is going to be. When I add this again, it becomes 60 and 24. 60 minutes an hour, 24 hours a day. This has to do with the cat. CAT equals 24, DOG, dog. I don't even have to do anything. All I have to do this, and that's dog. Why? Because when you cut one half of this in half, it becomes the D of the O. And I give it the tail, and now I got dog. Yeah, I can say anything I want, right? I can say anything I want. I just can. Inside of Jean, that's Jean, okay? Inside of John, okay, the short count and the long count, this becomes 58, and this becomes 18. This becomes 32, and it becomes 18. Jacque, okay, is, did I get this right? 5, 26, 36, 43, 48, 49, 59 in Jacque, E-I-E-I-O. This says tail. It also says Jacque, Jack's tail, which is the castor, because when you go get a beaver's tail in the store, it's Jack's tail. In the ice cream store, they sell beaver tails and they put sugar on it, so we have to know what they put on top of this. We're going to go on forever. So 10, 11, 101, 11, 14, and 17 is 31, 41, 51, 52, and 5 is 57, numeric value for the moon. The short count is 21 for the moon and the cube. You minus it and you add it. This becomes 36 and 78, which is the passage to the moons of creation of Jupiter moons. 7 and 8, Jupiter moons inside. 7 and 8 is 15. This will stand for Neptune. This will also stand for Uranus, but in this scenario, I'm adding them up, and it's all equivalent to how Mars is passing through the sun onto Earth and living in Saturn. Through the moon and the cube, everything is distorted. Now, what am I saying? I'm not saying this for what I want you to believe. It's how you can open up your vision and understand what the numbers are saying and not me. The numbers. 30 is a 1020 location of 6. 70, okay, is 30, 10, 30, okay. Inside of 70, there is life on both sides, and the passageway is through 8. 30 and 30, this is 10, 10, 10. In between 10 and 10, which is the whole 20, is 10. Now, there's an explanation of more than this because it comes inside the cube, okay? Don't look at this. This is 7 times 13, 91, 13 cards, right? The Mayans get 26. Well, then you get 14. Remember, the Mayans are showing off the dog. So each one of these will give you the high and low count, 32 and 18, which will create 5 and 9. This one will give you 13 and 18, which will give you 4 and 9. This one will give you 30 and 12, which is 42 and 18. Where did it go? Which is 42 and 18, which will give you 6 and 9. You get 6, 9 over here from Jean. From Jean, you get 69. From John, you get 49. From Jacque, you get 59. And from Jacque, you get the low count. Let me just see. I did the high-low count twice. You get 33. If I do the high-low count again, 33 becomes 96. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 will give you this figure. This is your gateway. This will create 15. This will create 9 and 15. The numbers to here of your gateway, 101. Why? 9 and 15. Minus becomes 3 and 1, altered current spirit. 9 and 15, why did it 9 and 15? Why is it 33? 2 and 1 is 3, 5 and 7 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 3 and 6 is 9, 7 and 8 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6. Now, why did I say 101? I forget. I'm going to have to stop this. Anyways, I can't remember why I said 101 over here. Okay. Minus this from this, you have 1. Minus this from this, you have 2. So you have Father, the cube, the moon. I multiply these numbers. I end up with 56. This will give me 1771, but most important, 3 times 6, 18 equals 1 and 8, 9. 7 times 8, 56 gives me 11. Gives me the birth through the cycle of the moon of Jacque, John, and Jean, and it all had to do with baptism. It all had to do with water. So they brought you to the water to put the ism on you. 16, 1 and 2. Half-life of the church. So I think I've said enough. I wanted to go on and say more about Jacque and John. I wanted to do this over here, which is 91 quarters, which is 91 nickels. Is it 505 Levi's? I think we're going to stop with Jacque, John, and everything else. But this is the freezing point. This is EIEIO. This one here has to do with also Jesus, because 94 reverse, 47 and 47 is 94. The evaluation of this word comes in the word 8. It's also your birth in Mars. It creates 36 and 13, which is alter current spirit. What does all that mean? I need to know more about life and what spirits and everything else is. I'm just telling you what it says. This has to do with the moons of Jupiter, and Pluto. 4 and 5 equals to the Sun, Mars, and Jupiter. I'm not going to give any astrology numbers right now. Astrology, I'm going to leave as free numbers. Jean gives you rotation. It also says JON, which is 15, and becomes pi. ON becomes pi. It becomes 39, and the skies of Saturn are created through the gene. And then you can revert it to the genes and how the lines of the genes are, and etc. And then you have Jacque, which is the tail, and this has to do with Quebec. Power, energy, moon, cube. This one here is everything to do with Quebec. Never forget this. Quebec. This is Quebec, Montreal, Quebec. I should have left the best for last, but Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video.